Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be focusing on the Postcard Travel Journal yet again. I hope you guys are enjoying the process and tagging along as much as I'm enjoying showing it to you. I feel like this project is coming together really nicely and I'm glad that I get to share it with you all. Today we are going to be focusing on a region in Tuscany called Chianti, which is in the hills of Tuscany known for its wine. So we've got a few pieces that I've picked out for this spread, and I just wanted to draw your attention to a book that I got some of the pieces from called Simply Tuscan, which is this book right here. I haven't cut this book up because it is so beautiful, but I have cut up the sleeve or book jacket because I'm personally not a fan of those on my bookshelf. I think they kind of get damaged, so let's just damage it entirely and cut it up for our own junk journal use. Just flicking through this book now, you can see how beautiful the images are. Like, look at this. Just all this beauty, like the map. These pages are matte and which make them beautiful for junk journaling. But again, I can't rip it up because the images are too beautiful and the writing is also something that I thoroughly enjoy. The way that the author Pino captures food and the meaning to the Italians and Tuscans as a whole is so amazing. Like, it's truly embedded with such meaning and it gives me goosebumps. So I just wanted to read a quick little excerpt for you guys just to kind of get an essence of what we're trying to capture today. So he says, when I say quality of life, I'm not talking about exercise or counting calories or what vitamins to take. Those things you can schedule. No, I'm talking instead about such intangible pleasures as flavors, senses, emotions, and even laughs. This book will show you that these things can become as much a part of your daily life as breathing, because in my opinion, they're just as vital. It's just amazing, truly amazing. So if you can get your hands on a copy of this book, I would definitely recommend it. I'm on the scout for doing so I can have one for my own collection and then one to potentially cut up. So in terms of today's page, my friend only collected this welcoming for the place that she stayed. Everything else is things that I've collected or pieced together in order to supplement the page. Unfortunately, she didn't collect a postcard, so I've gone ahead and printed these three images of the Tuscan and Chianti countryside that I think best encapsulate the region. And we're going to pick one of those and go ahead and create our own faux postcard. I've gone ahead and chosen this one. And I've just cut this piece of cardstock to the size of a pre-existing postcard, and we're going to use that as our spread, or as the beginning of our spread. So this image is going to go in the center. And I think today we're going to go ahead and use double-sided tape. I used to be a double-sided tape girl through and through, and then I started watching YouTube, and a lot of the women really enjoy wet glue like Fabri-Tac and art glitter glue, and I went to purchase them one day, the art glitter glue, and unfortunately my package got lost, so I didn't purchase none of those, but I did try another wet glue, which you will see me use in previous videos, and I will continue to use that. However, there's something about the ease of double-sided tape, and I feel like it's just so guaranteed in its gluing, and it's not messy. It's a little bit sticky if you get it on your hands, but again, nothing detrimental. And I feel like it really does secure things down nicely. Oh. Okay, maybe I shouldn't talk as I try to position this in the center of the page. I think I don't like that 100%. I also wish I inked the edges, which I think I still can do. So let's pull out my ink oxide, my distressed oxide, sorry. Vintage photo is the way to go for me. The reason I want to ink this is the edges are white. So we're just going to do a light dusting. So that way you can't see it as much. Beautiful. Finish this bit. we're just going to stick that as close to the center as possible. And we're just going to eyeball it. Beautiful. Okay. So just for reference, this is one of the postcards from Florence that she collected and the one that we're emulating. And I think we did a pretty good in terms of eyeballing that center. So I'm happy with that. Okay, so we've got the postcard created. Now it's time to decorate the corresponding side to make it a spread. Like I said, this is the envelope that she collected she actually stayed in this beautiful castle in Chianti called Castello la Leccia. Not sure if that's correct, but we're definitely going to include this in today's spread, and it's going to be our interactive element. So what I think we'll do is, I initially wanted to glue it down like this or like this so we could see the name of the place that she stayed, but I feel as though in terms of capitalizing on space and making it more interactive, we're going to do it like that today. We'll move this out of the way. We're going to do it like that, so that way it kind of extends the page and makes it that little bit more interactive. And I think, if I'm not mistaken from my preparations, I'm going to glue this down first. And again, for this, I think we're going to go ahead and use double-sided tape. Get really nice and close to those edges and stick that. Again, we're just eyeballing here, right there. Top and bottom. Beautiful. So then what she can do is open that, and then she can pull this piece out, which I think is really lovely. Okay, so we've got that down. The next piece I wanted to add is this beautiful paint swatch, because I think it goes really, really well with the color scheme. And for this, we're going to just go ahead and cut this additional one off, just so it fits nicely on the page. Beautiful. And that's going to sit right there. Perfect. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Do I want to use this the whole time? Or do I go ahead and use some glue stick? Let's use some glue stick. Is that thick? Yeah, no, that will take glue well, actually. So we'll go ahead and just get the edges. Just swirl it around a little bit before going ahead and just gluing it to the page. And I just want to go relatively close with that and pull it down that little bit. Beautiful. From here, I'm thinking we'll use this part of the page jacket and paste it right there. But one thing I do want to be mindful of is if I glue that there and have it be flipped, I think it would be really, really nice to use this part from the page jacket of people in Tuscany. I feel like they're working farms, and put it there. But I think we need to go like that. And how does that look on the other page in terms of positioning? So I think it comes a little bit too close on that side for my liking. I do like having that little bit of space. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to glue this down. Yep. I've ripped, there was a kind of like a contact paper to make the back of the book jacket slick and a bit shiny. So what I've done is I've cut that. I've pulled that off so that way it sticks. Do we go a little bit higher? Yeah. So that way it sticks nicer. So we're going to do that like that, mostly in line. So that way when I flip it, we have this little section. And what I'm gonna do, it actually fits pretty snug, but I don't like that so much. So let's go on this side a little bit. Just a slither off there. And then a little bit off the top, purely because I can still see the outline of the book cover or the book jacket. Okay, good, and see how it fits there. Okay, much better. And do I mind how it's a little bit, no, actually I'm happy with that. Gives it a little bit of character, but what we will try to do is ink it, again, all for the dimension, and to remove the white edges. Just a light dusting. Oh, I love that. That looks really, really nice. Go ahead. And for this, we're going to use glue stick and paste it right there. Beautiful. As a little peekaboo moment. So it will sit like that, and we open it like that, which I'm really, really happy with. Okay, from there, what am I thinking? I think we'll go ahead and add this. So this is some wine and olive oil. And I think we'll have it like that. So it will sit underneath. This is from another book jacket, actually, from a book called Provence or Provenance. No, I think it's called Provence, which is a place in France. And again, the book jacket's just beautiful. And we're going to go ahead and stick that down. Again, the colors just complement each other so beautifully. I couldn't not. For this particular piece, I think I'm going to go ahead and use double-sided tape. Or maybe I should have used wet glue, just so I could have gotten a little bit closer to the edges. But I think we can make it work. Yes, okay. And that is just going to sit. Oh, I want to be mindful actually. Before I go ahead and stick it, let's see how far these holes come in. And I can see if I want to avoid them or just pierce right through the, maybe we'll do that. So we'll just only have to pierce through one part of it and straighten it a little bit and then go ahead and lay it down. I'm really, really happy with that. Okay, now just again, so I can get a better sense of space and how it's all looking. Okay, yeah, that looks perfect. I'm really happy with that. I did want to go ahead and put this behind, but I think it's too late now, which is okay, just to add another element of green. From there, I want to use this from the Simply Tuscan book page, book cover again. It says, "To Tuscans, fall brings to mind images of brilliant, rich landscapes highlighted by the intense ruby red of the vines after the harvest and green-brown hills sloping down to the deep blue sea," as if that's not the perfect accompaniment to this image and this whole vibe. I love it. So from there, we're going to glue this pretty close. So it's like a layered piece. And then maybe I can still use these two pieces here and here. What do we think? If I lift this up. Okay, that's not bad. And then have this rickrack, this paper rickrack, just running across the bottom. we just want one piece? We'll see, but for now, let's go ahead and glue this down right there. This still has the contact paper on the back, so let's go ahead and try double-sided tape for this. Perfect. Now, did I want to ink it? Yes, I did. Just makes it that little bit more cohesive. Beautiful. From there, we just want to line it up with the Simply Tuscan up the top here, but also give itself some space. Like that. Perfect. Perfect. From there, shall we put this rickrack? I really do like this rickrack. I've never used rickrack before, actually, fabric or paper. And then do we just go ahead and put these two in here to fill up space? Actually, I really do think I like that, and I like that positioning a lot. Trying to keep it in place. Just that little edge there, and how it kind of sat really nicely there. And then from there, flip it over and secure it with double-sided tape. Oh, I think it's moving that a little bit. Okay. Double-sided tape in that position. That could have also been inked if we wanted it to, which we did, but we're moving along. So, how much of the rickrack do we want? The whole page? Do we slip it under here and do only half? Oh, I like that. Or do we just do, I kind of like the whole page or underneath. Maybe we do it underneath, and then when she opens it, she can still see that. And there's, I don't mind that at all, actually. And again, it's another element of surprise that you wouldn't think. Okay, so from there, we only want to glue up to about there. So let's just cut it so I don't waste glue. And then we want to load this up with glue. Like this. Nice and easy. That's a straighter edge. So we're just going to put it flush against that. Oh no, I don't want them to see it. It's a peekaboo moment. Oh no, no, no. There. I think that looks good. Closer to the edge. And if I flip it, make it a bit straight, and then just really secure it down. Okay, this is coming together really nicely. From there, flip this and cut off this excess rickrack. Beautiful. So the final thing I wanted to do is I had this little pear sticker, which does look quite cute there, and it does fit the vibe, but I wonder if it's too much. I think for now, that's looking really good. And because there's not a whole lot of writing space on this, I found these two little sticky note they're not actually sticky, but they're matte. And I thought what I can do is make it some writing space for her in there, so she can pick them out as she wishes. Do I need to add any sort of... No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. How about the rickrack up here? Nope, don't like that either. I think we're going to leave it like that. Do we go ahead and line it up? I don't mind that, but I also don't love it. I think that's the page. Do we need to ink around the edges of the page? Maybe. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's just tie it together, considering the page is just white underneath. It's these little touches that really do bring it together. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and do our faux postcard also. Just to age it a little bit. And just like that, another spread done. Thank you all so much for watching along. I hope you enjoyed and are getting inspired to either create your own travel journal from all the things I'm sure you have collected, or simply just to watch along and see how I piece this project together. Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye-bye.